What's up, everybody? I'm Dave, and Matt and EJ are here. We're going to be talking about NAB prep. It's coming up quick in April, and I know a whole bunch of y'all are like talking about going. A lot of people are asking questions, and so we figured we would just kind of run through really quick what to expect with NAB in general. I know a lot of people are coming out for the first time.
Yeah. It's been a couple of years since we've had an NAB, so this could be the first time.
Yeah. A lot of noobs. So we'll kind of go through it. First of all, it's as far as networking goes, it's a great event, and I think y'all would probably agree with me. But I forget who first coined this, but said when you go to NAB and you start networking with people, it's almost like you get like a year's worth of networking under your belt. A whole year's worth of networking just from going, because the amount of people that you can connect with in that amount of time is just so much better than just one-on-one or someone you meet at like one thing at a meetup. It's like everybody's converged. Now, I will say that this year it's probably going to be a little bit less people, a little bit scaled down. We're trying to like ease back into this.
I think they've also changed the location of where like post-production world and like where we normally are is.
Oh, interesting. Like on the show floor.
Yeah, the show floor.
But it is worth it, and if you're thinking about getting back out there, there's going to be a Maxon booth and lots of presenters and
new Maxon booth.
New Maxon booth. From what
Finally, we've been hearing it a long time.
Yeah,
I know.
We'll see.
Yeah, so,
I mean, it was already the coolest place to hang out at in the convention center. Like now that it's much bigger, like it's gonna be. Plus, like all the acquisitions since the last time we've seen Maxon at a live event. Like, we got Forager, we got ZBrush, like
all the Red Giant stuff too.
Red Giant. Like you almost forget about the Red Giant part because there's just been so many acquisitions.
Well, and it's been like so long since we've been to any events too.
Right. So, the last NAB was when they announced the first acquisition of Redshift.
That's right.
Oh,
Holy
God.
cow.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Yeah. So it's been a while, and it's definitely worth going though. And I think one of the questions a lot of people are going to have is like, okay, where do I stay, and who do I stay with? Now, if you're a member of our Slack, go ahead and get in there. If you're not, just hit us up and we can add you to that. But there is an NAB channel every year where people can coordinate, because a lot of people want to be like, hey, let's hang out with like 3 or 4 Mograph friends and get an Airbnb. I know a lot of people did that in the past. Just be careful. Make sure you're getting something legit. Look at the reviews, because that's been an issue in the past. Look at this mansion with all these swimming pools. 0 reviews. It was a scam. So make sure that you get with other people on that. Coordinate. As far as I think all of us were probably, I believe we're going to be at the MGM again.
I would assume so, yes.
But if you are going to a hotel, it's nice to be near the monorail. That's really all you have to know. You can get on the monorail and get anywhere. You can meet up with us pretty much anywhere.
And I think do the NAB badges come with a free monorail pass? I don't remember if that is correct.
I think that's just us.
Oh, is it?
Is that
just
like
us? The Maxon people we get it, but it's so cheap. Like I think you can get a day pass for relatively cheap, and also to be close to the monorail, you'll want to be on the east side of the strip,
right?
Because that's where the monorail is. So like the MGM, why the MGM is great for anyone. And I think the strategy was why, like when we do the Maxon stuff, we always stay there, is because it's the first stop on the monorail. Because like in the morning, if you're trying to get to the convention center, like good luck when you're like the 3rd stop and trying to squeeze onto that train.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So I would be prepared for that. Especially if you want to get there early, expect a long line to get onto the monorail.
A huge line for taxis as well. Even if you think, I'll just grab an Uber, I'll grab a taxi. Nope. Still, you're gonna have a long line there too.
Yeah. So plan ahead for that.
I always recommend the Luxor, because there's always a lot of good like Southwest Airlines packages that go along with the Luxor.
So
and I like the Luxor.
I will disagree with the Luxor because I think it has gone downhill quite a bit since we were last there. I just wanted to do a quick test of how much is NAB the 24th to the 28th or 24th to the 27th?
24th through the 27th.
Okay, so say you're flying in on the 23rd, which is good, right? You can actually stay at the MGM with flight and everything for $570.
Wow.
Flight and your stay from Saturday to Wednesday, $570. So like there's you want to stay at the Venetian, only $617. There's a lot of really good deals right now because of COVID and they're trying to bring back in people and stuff like that. So like you could also stay at the Link Hotel, which is also connected to the monorail. That one's only $340.
That's a nice one too. That's right in that newish area there.
Yep.
Yeah, just don't go to old Vegas. You're going to be way too far away.
You'll be pretty far away. Don't stay. Yeah, see, Excalibur and Luxor, you're looking at like $300 to $350, but you get what you pay for. The only thing that the Luxor had that I really enjoyed was a food court.
It's got
a food court all the way on the top.
Here's the thing. I was talking to a couple other people about this. If you're just coming to do the events and hang out and do the things, the hotel really doesn't have to matter that much, right? Because you're not even going to be there. The thing I like about the Luxor is there's that food court. So at the end of the night, 24/7, you can go up there and get a slice of pizza and go to bed and then go back out wherever you're going to go. That's, hotels, it depends what you really want.
I mean, if you really want to hang out with the Maxon folks, though, like that's like we do most of the late in the night hangs at the MGM. So if that's a big deal,
whiskey down at the MGM. That's where we hang out. So
that's where we end up at the end of the night.
Yeah.
But the Slack is a good place to find out more information. It's also a good place to get live updates. Like if something is going on, for example, there are some nights that we may just be winging it and saying, okay, we got to go grab dinner with these people. But when we're done, hey, everybody's going to meet up for Casino Royale night or whatever.
Yeah.
We tend to do a Casino Royale night on kind of a whim. Usually.
Playing some craps and staying up till all hours of the night.
Yeah,
and that's an amazing casino because you can get it's got a really good beer selection. If
does it really?
The beer talking about, they have good beer selection. It's super cheap as well.
Mm-hmm. When funny story, when I turned 21, my dad took me to Vegas for a Vegas trip, right? And my aunt and uncle, who I liked partying with, came and surprised me, right? And me and my aunt spent 12 hours straight at the quarter roulette table in the Casino Royale.
Oh my God.
We were have that anymore. Very inebriated by the end of it.
Yeah.
Is it $5? If you can find a $5 minimum, that's really good.
Yeah, $5 minimum is pretty good. If you're playing craps. I love that quarter roulette, quarter and 50-cent roulette. Of course, I don't know about inflation nowadays. It may
I don't think they got that anymore.
So let's talk about the day-to-day. So a lot of us will be there setting up ahead of time. So if you do come in a day early, there are going to be people hanging around. Like if you, for scheduling reasons, maybe you can only make 1 or 2 days of NAB. You could come in a day early. We'll be around at night.
I think people should fly in on Saturday because it's the cheapest day to fly. And if you come in the afternoon or whatever, you'll still have some time to to kind of party a little bit before all the meetups and everything.
Yeah.
And the one big thing that I just learned jumping on this call was that if you're used to going to NAB, you're used to a specific format and cadence. Like when does the show start? It usually starts on Monday. Everything's moved back a day.
Yeah. Everything is now Sunday. Starts Sunday, ends on Wednesday. Yeah. Which is great, especially if you're flying in on Saturday because it makes it cheaper flying in or flying in on Saturday, which is a cheap day to fly, flying out on Wednesday, which is also a cheap day to fly, or Thursday, depending if you're staying until the next day.
Now, I will say that a lot of times on that last night, people have to fly out, and we're like, "Oh, we're going to do this thing tonight." And they're like, "Oh man, I can't go because I have to fly out." So think about that, because you may schedule that.
May end up missing something.
Yeah, and you're like, "Oh, I don't want to miss that," and so maybe you fly out the next morning, or maybe you just stay up all night and then fly.
Just stay up all night. Yeah.
I mean, that's
have
fun.
EJ get you drunk on sour beers and then take a limo ride to the airport.
There you go.
Why not?
Yeah.
When in Vegas.
Day to day, though, Sunday's the first day, right? And then that night, that is the School of Motion party.
Yes.
That is at Tom's.
At Tom's Urban.
Tom's
which
Urban.
The location of that is literally catty corner to the MGM. So again, if you want to... There's a lot of people are like, how many days should I go? I would say you can get your greatest hits of NAB if you fly in Saturday and then leave maybe Tuesday if you want to get the mini version and hit a lot of the great stuff.
So the Tom's Urban meetup, if you want, we can put a link in this description if we're doing this.
Yeah. So it's
and
free
then
too.
Yeah, it's free, and it's also sponsored. The sponsors are School of Motion, Grayscale Gorilla, AE Scripts, Adobe, Action VFX, Puget Sounds, Mograph.com, Pixel Plow, Dell, Video Copilot, and Maxon. So a huge lineup of sponsors for this, and they're doing a lot, So it's a open bar and photo booth, for the first couple hours. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, tickets are free. I would just get them before they sell out because there is a max capacity there.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. If you look up any of our social accounts, you can find a link to this. We've all posted it. You can get the tickets. I think right now this is the one that I'm looking forward to. Usually we do a combined thing with Mograph and iDesign, and then we do the limo and we do the karaoke, but we figure with COVID, we probably don't want to pack everybody into a limo, and then
probably don't want to do karaoke where everyone's sharing a microphone.
Yeah. So we'll bring it back. We'll bring the tradition back, but we just got to play this one a little safe and see where everything's going. And
we will all, my plan is to get a group together and at least ride the New York roller coaster again, like we did a couple years ago. I think that will be something fun that we should do. So
it's a good one.
Yeah.
And as far as tickets go, so you know how to get that ticket for that meetup. Now, NAB itself, if you want to get an exhibit pass, the code LV6739, that is Maxon's code. Use that to get a free exhibition hall pass. A lot of people are like, do I need to buy tickets to the other thing to listen to talks and $500 and something dollars? You don't need to do that. You know, unless you really want to and you know what that is. If you're new and you don't know what that is, don't buy that. It's not anything that you're going to use.
Yeah, a lot of us just get the exhibition only pass, and we go. I mean, you will still the amount of knowledge that you will take away from this event without having paid anything for the event,
or just the Maxon booth alone.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I always said that NAB was the place that I would go in order to one up my game every year. Some of the most influential talks I ever saw in my life were at NAB. And just sitting down at the Adobe booth or the Maxon booth and watching these industry professionals work, you come away with it knowing so much more.
Yeah, and I'd also like to add that even if you aren't a Cinema 4D user, there's a lot of Blender listeners and stuff now. They're like, what is so special about the Maxon booth at NAB in particular? Because it has a special feel to it, right? And this is a community thing that people who are just getting into the industry might not understand. So Blender users, please show up as well. It doesn't matter that it's a Maxon booth
biased.
or a Maxon event or whatever.
Yeah, and the conference is free.
All artists.
So
did
you know it's free?
Yeah, did you know that the conference is free?
Did you know the conference is free? Have you seen Conference 2.07?
Hey, do we know if Adobe's gonna be at this thing? Because I don't think they will.
They are. Yeah.
Oh,
Adobe's
wow.
gonna be there.
That's
I have been told by several sources that Adobe will be there.
Same, and they're sponsoring this event too, so
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Like I know that they've been doing these Adobe Maxes remote, and so it'd be good to get some semblance of normalcy. And will we have an Andrew Kramer sighting? That'll be.
I don't know.
No.
That's a good question. Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing to note, as of right now, NAB's current status, health and safety status, is that vaccines will be required, to enter
the convention center.
The convention center, correct. Center. That could change, but I know Nevada recently changed their mask mandate, and that's gone. So it says under their health and safety, it says masks are recommended, but not necessary, which means no one's going to be wearing one.
These things change,
they do.
Week to week. Like I know here in Denver, the mask mandates have been gone for a while. They're even removing some vaccine mandates for some places too. So it's something to keep an eye on as we get closer. So
yep.
And that covers Sunday. So that's the first day. Now on Monday,
it was just one day.
The second day usually used to be Tuesday. Now it's Monday. I believe that is when the Maxon Pinball Party is going to be. And you might say, okay, how do I get tickets to that? The only way that you can get tickets to that, if it's the same as past years, which I believe it is that you have to go to the Maxon booth. And you have to get a wristband from somebody there. It'll probably be like Matthias or Paul or somebody who's there on staff.
Maybe even us. Who knows?
Maybe even us. Hand out the Pinball Party bands. And then I believe it is at the new Pinball.
The new Pinball
Hall of
That's
Fame
on the strip that I heard is amazing. Like, it's not some hobo central like the other one.
Although I kind of liked that. It kind of had like a feel to it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you could get stabbed at any moment.
Yeah, I like that. Keeps you on your toes.
So that's interesting. I'm looking at the picture.
There's also, I've been told they are doing the media motion ball, but
I've been told that too. But
but it's not like the format that we're used to. Where I'm told it's going to be at a bar somewhere. It's going to be at the beer house, I think. Which was where the Mograph meetup was.
Used to be, yeah.
So, I mean, if it's at the beer house and it's got free beer, I'm interested in that. So, I gotta. Let me actually look that up while you guys are chatting.
Yeah, if nothing else is going on, but so that's Monday. That'll be pinball, and let's see. So then, so on the other nights, usually, if you're working with Maxon, usually there's a few things going on. So there's going to be some presenters and stuff that are in and out at different times. And so that's usually when we'll kind of wing it on one of those nights and say, okay, well, we've got this dinner at such and such time, but afterwards we're all going to meet up at Casino Royale. And that's when you look at the Slack and just keep an eye out.
Yep.
And just, make sure that you're in the know. I don't have any other... what to bring to NAB.
Yes. Very important.
Yes.
Gold Bond friction
medicated
defense
powder. Yep.
It's it's a friction defense. It is like a deodorant stick that you can like rub on yourself in order to keep yourself, lubricated and stuff.
For the powder.
Because it is very dry there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it will it's the best thing you can do for yourself.
It's because you have to walk around so much on that floor. We're talking. Make sure you have good
comfy shoes.
Comfortable shoes. Yeah.
Don't buy a new pair
You
of
can get these really nice looking Crocs that don't look like Crocs, so that no one knows you're wearing Crocs, but they're comfortable like Crocs. That's what I wear.
They're called. I can't believe they're not Crocs.
No, they're actually Crocs. They're Croc brands.
I always believe they're Crocs.
Dress in layers too, like maybe bring a hoodie, because even though it might be hot as crap in Vegas, like that convention floor could get a little cold with that AC blasting.
Totally.
I know I get chilly in there every now and then, so it's good to get a hoodie, or at least see what places are giving away hoodies and grab one of them. Another one is chargers. Get backup chargers for your phone.
Bring a backup
Put your phone on airplane mode because you have terrible service inside the convention center anyways.
My word of advice, if you're not going to put it on airplane mode, put it immediately when you wake up, put it on low battery mode.
Right.
Or
low battery mode, so it stays on low battery mode the whole time. You won't get your push updates for your emails and stuff like that. You'll have to manually check them, but you'll be surprised by the end of the day how much battery you still have left.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I meant not airplane mode. The hell is that?
I was like, airplane mode.
Cut yourself off from society.
Right.
Anything else? I think that's probably it, huh? For now, at least.
Bring snacks, because sometimes like
water too.
Water.
Bring
some like a bottle of water that you can refill. They got water fountains at the place. Their food sucks there, so I would maybe get something beforehand or
bring some like I always bring some like Cliff Bars and stuff like that and keep those in my backpack. But it's mostly because we're working the whole time and I don't want to I want to stay working. Have to stop. So it's nice to just have that to snack on.
Yeah, and they have coffee and stuff on the outside of the floor there too. You can get espresso shots and all of that.
Yeah, that line is usually a nut show.
Yeah, it is.
Depends.
Early in the morning too. So get your coffee beforehand. Yeah. Also, if you're staying at the MGM, there's a Starbucks that's right by the entrance. Don't go to that one. Go to the one that's like back in the back, past all the. That's that's a MGM.
That's another thing about the Luxor is they do have 3 Starbucks in there.
Yeah, so. MGM's got 3 as well.
Yeah, so find your good Starbucks for the morning and make sure you got plenty of time to do that. I mean, get up super early. Just
bring
do it.
Bring some like vitamin C or something because. By the end of it, emergency. Some airborne or something like that. Because by the end of it, with all the talking and shouting and, partying and dry air and the late nights and waking up early, you go back and listen to a Maxon presentation from the very first day and then watch the people at the very last day. And you're just talking like this the whole time.
So another tip for that is... like when I get there the very first day, another great thing about the MGM is you can walk to a CVS or it's a Walgreens or whatever. I go there first. I pack up they have like a whole wall of Pedialites that you could get. So I just load up on your Gatorade, your Pedialites, get a big bag of pretzels, snacky stuff, and like you said, your granola bars because I don't know about you, but when you're out till 3 a.m., you're like, man, I could go for some pretzels or something salty or, preemptively, try to hydrate yourself with electrolytes so you don't feel like garbage in the morning. Or,
that's what plants
It's always nice to have all of that in bulk, versus going down into the casino area where they just rip you off with $5 for a sparkling water.
Yeah.
Just get that stuff in bulk at the beginning and just stock yourself up. Go with a friend so you can both carry a bunch of stuff, and that's what I always do. And it's pro tip right there.
Yeah.
Life hack.
Hashtag life hack.
Yeah. Vegas.
So I guess if you have any questions, feel free to hit us up on basically anything. The Slack NAB channel is going to be the best place for all of that because other people can answer as well, and that's the best place to coordinate. So if there are any updates or anything else that happens after we record this, we'll make sure to put it in that channel. So I guess that's it. So we'll see you at NAB.
Yeah, if you come see us, come say hi. Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah, please just come up behind me, give me a big hug. I'm totally
we're all
cool
open
with
to
that.
hugs.
Yeah, all open for hugs.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. See you in Vegas.
Bye.
See you soon.